Hey guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In the book of Daniel, we find Nebuchadnezzar going to school. That is, going to school to learn about the true God, to learn about Yahweh, the God of Israel, and the God of the world, we could say. And there's basically three lessons that Nebuchadnezzar learns in the book of Daniel. And two of them are found in our reading today, and one will be found in our reading tomorrow. And that is that the Lord, that is Yahweh, is one who is a God of knowledge, but also a God who can deliver, and then also a God who cannot be resisted. Those are basically the three lessons. The God of knowledge, through the mystery of Nebuchadnezzar's dream being revealed to Daniel, Nebuchadnezzar walks away with the understanding that the God of Daniel was a God of knowledge, a God who could reveal mysteries, a God who could reveal the future and could instill knowledge into his subjects. And then we see also in our reading today that Nebuchadnezzar comes to understand that Yahweh is a God who delivers. As we see what happens with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the fiery furnace, Nebuchadnezzar sees that even though his own servants died, even getting close to the fire, that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were actually in the midst of the fire with a fourth individual who Nebuchadnezzar says looks like one of the sons of the gods, and he walks away with that, saying that God, the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, is a God who delivers. But then tomorrow we're going to see Nebuchadnezzar go through a trial. He's going to end up, he's very prideful, but then the Lord's going to bring him down to basically living like an animal, like a beast. And he's going to bring him very, very low. But then once Nebuchadnezzar is restored again, Nebuchadnezzar comes away realizing that God's dominion is the true dominion, the true kingdom, and that no one can resist his will. And so he learns these three very important truths about God. And these are important truths for us to really have in the forefront of our minds as well. We need to understand how wonderful it is that we have a God with such immense amount of knowledge. And a lot of that knowledge is contained for us in the Bible. And it's this knowledge that helps us through life. It's when we receive the knowledge, we receive knowledge from God about the truth about ourselves, the truth about God, the truth about reality in general, that we are able to contextualize our lives and even contextualize various circumstances in our lives, and are able to navigate through this world a lot better because we know where things are headed, but we also know what's truly important now, and that's very helpful. And of course, it's important to know that our God is a God who delivers. When we get into those difficult times, those times when we are in the fiery furnace, metaphorically speaking, that God is a God who is in the midst of the fire with us, and that he helps us to endure the fire, and when we get on the other side, to be unscathed by the fire. And then also we need to, like Nebuchadnezzar, recognize that no one can resist God's will. Today we might rebel against God. We might get away with not being subject to God for a short amount of time, but ultimately God is in control, and no one can ultimately resist his will. And God's will be done. And he is one who brings kings down low and exalts the humble. He's a God who is ultimately in control of the fates of human beings. And so it's important for us to remember that and to submit to him. And so we could say, the first truth teaches us that we need to come to the Lord to learn of him because he has knowledge. The second one should tell us that we should draw near to him because he can deliver us. And then the third one teaches us that we should subject ourselves to him because no one can ultimately resist his will. And hopefully these three truths will really be in our minds and our hearts today as we read the book of Daniel, and it will help us to better relate to God in a way that will be helpful to us in honoring to him. So these are some things we can reflect on. And think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.